Good Thursday morning. Today is a first alert weather day, not because of the winds, but because of the snow we'll see in the Cascades. More on that in a second, but first, the winds have been shaking our camera here in Kennewick, courtesy of Yakima Federal, all morning long. They continue to gust out of the south and west between 30 to 40 miles per hour in the basin, just about that strong in the Kittitas Valley. Not as strong in the Blue Foothills, but still the winds definitely noticeable, and they are also pretty strong for both the Cascades and the Blues. Speaking of the Cascades, tracking some snow showers there. Looks like some snow showers starting to develop in the Blue Mountains as well. And temperatures this morning are below freezing for pass level in the Cascades, right around freezing at pass level in the Blue Mountains, so that's going to bear a lot of relevance. But you can see just the disparity in temperatures right now is why we're more concerned with snowfall accumulations up in the Cascades. So for today, high temperatures getting into the 40s and 50s in lower elevations, mostly dry for lower elevations. That's not going to be the case up in the mountains. In fact, it is a first alert weather day, not just for today, but all the way through 4 in the morning on Tuesday for the Cascades. Could have multiple feet of snow for those passes. I'll definitely talk more about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a house catching fire in Franklin County sent firefighters racing to the scene. We'll tell you why that homeowner, though, told crews to just let it burn.
Plus, how community members helped police in putting the man accused of sexual assaults throughout the Tri-Cities behind bars. What we're learning this morning.
Also coming up, Canada hitting back at President Trump's increased tariffs overnight. This as President Trump imposed sweeping 25% tariffs earlier this week. Another tariff announcement just coming in as well. We have all the details on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Thursday, March 13th. We're making our way towards the weekend.
Yes, we are almost there.
Almost there.
Now, I want to start your top stories off with new information this morning. What started out as a routine training night for some Franklin County firefighters turned into a real-life scenario.
Yeah, take a look. Pretty incredible video from the scene, actually. Volunteer firefighters with Franklin County Fire District 4 responded to the call. It was an abandoned house that caught fire last night on Russell Road. That's just outside of Basin City. Now, crews were there. They were fighting the fire, but the property owner showed up, and he told crews they could just let it burn. Fire Chief Steve Cooper says they took full advantage of that opportunity. When that fire was put out, they started it back up again. Chief Cooper says that his crews don't always get a chance like this very often.
So in our fire district, we're all volunteers. So some of these kinds of trainings like this are great for our teamwork and our leadership and our learning experience. You know, we only have about 4 to 5 structure fires a year. We're pretty much 85% wildland fires in our fire district. So whenever we can get an opportunity to train on something like this, we take advantage of it.
So those firefighters were actually already together for a training, something that they do every Wednesday night to keep their skills sharp. So this was very timely for them. Luckily, no one was hurt because that house was abandoned. The fire, though, still under investigation this morning.
In crime news, a man has been sentenced to federal prison for his part in a 2018 murder in Wapato. Michael Moody will serve 87 months in federal prison for his involvement with the people who killed Rosenda Strong. Strong was killed on October 5th during an argument with Jenediah Moreno. Moreno enlisted help in moving Strong's body. Later, after an argument with those accomplices, he shot one of them in the hand, and the accomplices then turned on Moreno. He was later shot and killed, and his body was eventually dumped near White Swan. Moody and another person then tried to get rid of the evidence by driving the car Moreno was shot and killed into a pond. And a Yakima man pleaded guilty to stealing artifacts from the Northern Quest Resort and Casino. 61-year-old Kevin Wisman admitted to stealing 5 pairs of moccasins and a beaded glove, which were displayed at the resort. The act was described as a devastating blow to the Kalispel tribe, and as of now, the items have not been returned, but the tribe is offering a $2,500 reward to anybody with information that can lead to the safe return of the stolen items.
Now, Now to a follow-up on a story that we first brought you just yesterday. Pasco police say it was you, the community, who helped put an accused sexual predator behind bars. We're talking about Maxwell Grady. We showed him to you yesterday from surveillance video out of Walmart. He's now sitting in the Franklin County Jail, bail set at $25,000. And Pasco police say he didn't have a criminal history here in the Tri-Cities, but has a similar history to the behaviors he was just arrested for out of Walla Walla. Now, Lieutenant Groom with Pasco police say that the community and their support was the ones that made the difference in this arrest.
So our community was crucial in this, right? We put out the images we had on social media, and it was near instantaneous, and we started getting feedback on who the suspect was. And then from there, it was just drilling down where he lived, and then putting together a team to go pick him up.
Now, if you have had any inappropriate encounters with that man that we were talking about, the one that we showed you out of that Walmart, you're asked to contact Kennewick or Pasco Police, and we have their contact information up on our website. All right, 6:05, and a local educator is being honored as one of the best in the state. The Kennewick School District announcing one of their very own is being recognized as the Washington State 2025 Elementary Assistant Principal of the Year.
And the district says Dr. James West of Cascade Elementary is always helping with projects, including school safety, improving student attendance, and also being a leader in Wellness Night. And that's a yearly event that brings more than 50 community partners together to make sure that students and families have essential resources. Dr. West receives this recognition from the Association of Washington School Principals. So congratulations to Dr. West.
I think educators are they're modern day heroes.
They do so much.
They do so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I have the utmost respect for them.
Yes. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, new Canadian tariffs on U.S. products took effect overnight, and it'll impact Americans' wallets. Plus, the European Union now vowing to raise tariffs on things like beef, bourbon, and motorcycles. With everything this could affect coming up in your national news.
And President Trump actually just responding to some of those European Union tariffs. I'll have more on that in just a minute. We also are going to have your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth as we give you that live look outside this morning at 6:06.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Whether you're injured on the road or on the job, the big dogs at Brumback and Autumn will get you the full compensation. Leave nothing on the table. Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
It is Operation Best Friend every Wednesday as we feature lovable pets from area shelters all looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Christine Connolly, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
The Subaru A Lot to Love event is here, which means it's time for some spring cleaning at McCurley Subaru. And this March, your trade is worth more than ever. Right now, we're giving you an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase when you trade in a vehicle, plus special event savings on every new and pre-owned vehicle. And with exclusive low-rate financing, driving home a new ride has never been easier. Get to McCurley Subaru today, where your trade is worth more this March.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here,
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $500 off your tub or shower remodel.
The 3 Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have this winter weather advisory that's in place for both the western and the eastern slopes of the Cascades. You can read more about this by downloading the First Alert Weather app for free on the App Store or on Google Play. Now let's talk about some of those past conditions out there. We did see an update. Well, first of all, still packed snow for US 2 at Stevens Pass. Traction tires are advised, but traction tires now required for Snoqualmie Pass. That would be Interstate 90, as it is snowy and slushy there. We are seeing some congestion up that way. And then also for US 12 at White Pass, snowy and slushy, traction tires still required here as well in Yakima County. Now let's take it down to lower elevations. It's going to be mostly dry today for lower elevations, especially for the basin and valleys. A slightly better chance at some rainfall in the foothills, but I'm thinking all of us for lower elevation should be mostly dry around lunchtime, and after that, even some sunshine breaking through. Today's going to end up being a pretty mild day because of the winds. They'll end up being, well, the winds gusting out of the south and west between 20 to 45 miles per hour, the strongest wind gusts being in the lower Columbia Basin. But the temperatures pretty seasonal for the middle of March. And mountain snow going to be likely for today, especially in the Cascades. And then for tonight, that scene will hold true. The wind still gusting out of the south and west, but between 20 to 30 miles per hour at this point, so a little bit calmer, and some colder air starting to sweep through the area as overnight lows down into the 20s and 30s. But I'll time out all of the mountain snowfall, tell you how much we're expecting, not just over the next 48 hours, but into this weekend and even into the beginning of next week. So all that's coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 6:11 in your national headlines this morning. New information just coming into the newsroom as the tariff talk continues to escalate. President Trump just announcing a threat to impose a massive tariff on European alcohol in response to the European Union's retaliation against his steel and aluminum tariffs. In a post that he just made on Truth Social, President Trump said his administration would impose a 200% tariff on alcoholic beverages from the EU unless it rescinds the 50% tariff that the European government imposed on U.S. whiskey. Now, the European Union also vowing to raise tariffs on American beef and motorcycles over the next month. Now, this morning, Canada also hitting back on President Trump's increased tariffs on aluminum and steel imports. New Canadian tariffs on American products took effect overnight, impacting everything from steel and aluminum to computers and sporting goods. The Canadian Minister of Foreign Affairs telling Americans that Canada is not driving up the cost of gas and groceries, that Trump's tariffs are, and that, quote, there are no winners in a trade war. In more national news this morning, an office that was created to help minority veterans has been eliminated by the Department of Veteran Affairs. According to a spokesperson for the VA, the office is no longer needed. The office helped minority veterans with disparities in how they say the government provided benefits. It was something created under President Joe Biden's administration as a part of the VA's Veterans Benefits Administration. And a former Meta employee is once again blowing the whistle on the culture of the company. Former executive Sarah Wynne Williams is detailing her 6 years at Meta in her new book called Careless People. Her last job there was as Director of Global Public Policy until she was fired in 2017. In her book, she implies she was fired in retaliation for reporting sexual harassment. Now, Meta has pushed back against the accusations that Wynne Williams levied in her book, even filing an arbitration demand, stating it violates a non-disparagement agreement that she signed when she left the company. All right, it is 6:13 on your Thursday. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He'll have your full first alert forecast, giving you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima.
more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens App is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
This tax season, you can relax. There's no tax. Walker's Furniture is covering the sales tax for you. For a limited time, we're doubling down on discounts. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big, so you can get the tax break you need and a deal you'll love. Plus, with no money down special financing, you can create the home of your dreams now and pay over time. This week at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
Wendy Redman is a leader in broadcast news. She breaks big stories, produces special reports that make a difference, and brings the news home each evening.
It's sometimes dramatic, but always informative.
Wendy Redman, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next live.
We've got a huge show today.
Kate Blanchett from Black Bag and Amanda Seyfried from Long Bright River.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day because of the snowfall that we're going to see up in the Cascades, but also the winds pretty blustery, especially in the lower Columbia Basin. They've gusted upwards of 40-45 miles per hour this morning. The same thing for the Blue Foothills. So these peak winds likely going to reach their peak around 9 this morning. After that, they should be much calmer. Okay, now on to snowfall. We're seeing some snow showers up in the Cascades, also some snow showers in the Blues. We'll go ahead and time this out for the rest of today. So snow showers primarily impacting the Cascades during the early morning, although we just touched on some of that. That's popping up in the Blues. But by the mid-morning, will be mostly dry. However, things start to ramp up in the mountains again around lunchtime. And mountain snow continues through the mid-afternoon and dinner time. But the Blues will likely dry out during the late evening, but snow will continue to hound the Cascades overnight and through the early morning of Friday. However, we'll get a bit of a lull in the action into the late morning and early afternoon, but the lull comes to an end by the mid-afternoon with another wave of precip from the south and west, and that'll be our problem as we head into Saturday with more tough pass travel ahead. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of those snowfall totals we're thinking over the next 48 hours. This is subject to change, but maybe upwards of a foot of snow for our Cascade passes, 1 to 5 inches for our Blue Mountain passes. So that would be through 4 in the morning on Saturday. We have more action to go for Saturday and then a whole other storm system for Sunday and Monday. After that, much drier, but let's touch on these 3 days right here, in addition to what's going to happen for Thursday and Friday, right? Okay, so for just on the day of Saturday alone, Saturday and Saturday night, maybe another foot of snow in the Cascades, 2 to 5 inches of additional snowfall for our Blue Mountain passes. And then for Sunday and Monday, maybe more feet of snow for our Cascade passes, 2 to 4 inches of snow for our Blue Mountain passes. So just bank on this. Very tough pass travel, specifically in the Cascades through 4 in the morning on Tuesday. So have the winter safety kit, have the tire chains ready to go, and maybe anticipate some pass closures as well. Now let's take it back down to lower elevations in the Tri-Cities, not dealing with any snow, too warm for that. High temperatures, pretty seasonal. In fact, not fluctuating that much at all over the next 7 days. Kind of striking. Very steady, very seasonal. This is a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Windy this morning, but mostly dry today and tomorrow. Then thunderstorms possible again on Saturday. In Yakima, blustery today. Small rain chances today and tomorrow. Then looking wetter this weekend. In Ellensburg, small rain chances today and Friday, but wetter this weekend with some thunder possible on Saturday. In Hermiston, windy this morning, but mostly dry today and tomorrow. Then we see the action ramp up again this weekend. Then for Walla Walla, mostly dry today and tomorrow, then rain and thunderstorms likely Saturday through Monday. Now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Weimar atop the Tanum Ridge. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, there he is. Let's do this.
Hey, you ready? Yeah.
You're up, guys. All right.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Yeah.
Come on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ready to make beautiful music? It's time for the Trade Up event at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos. Trade in your current piano and upgrade to the instrument of your dreams. Whether it's a breathtaking grand or a state-of-the-art digital model, we'll help freshen up your music. With expert guidance and flexible financing, your dream piano is closer than you think. Start your musical journey today at dickersonstricitypianos.com and come visit our store in Richland.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See deal for details.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. You've got Maverick and the North American 2025 Truck of the Year, Ford Ranger, fully prepared.
Did you sleep here last night?
If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. And this crew is Truck Month ready.
Lease a 24 F-150 STX 4x4 for $399 a month for $36. Or buy with 1.9% for $36, only at your local Ford dealer.
Kraken, Utah. Pregame is 6:30. Friday on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, Scarlett Johansson is saying Black Widow is dead, like dead.
Dead, she says. Our friend ScarJo.
Yeah, because we know her.
Because we call her
ScarJo.
Yeah. So we do have a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the Marvel movies that have been out for quite a few years, close your ears. But for those who have seen them, you know ScarJo's Marvel character, Black Widow, allegedly died in the movie Avengers Endgame.
ScarJo is confirming to InStyle magazine that the character's death was permanent. Speculation started to swirl around her character as Marvel prepares the next phase of its cinematic universe.
And that next phase is set to start this summer with the new Fantastic Four movie. It's called Fantastic Four First Steps. They have so many of these out already. Plus, a new Avengers film is set to play next summer, and it'll star Robert Downey Jr., but not as Iron Man, as Dr. Doom.
I like him.
That's why they brought him back.
I like him.
I saw a meme that said like inflation, and that's why he's come back to
that tracks.
Take another role on.
Yeah. Of course, we all know, we may take Johansson's comments with a bit of a grain of salt because remember how many superheroes temporarily died at the end of Avengers Infinity War? Almost everyone.
Pretty much.
You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. She sounds pretty serious though, but
I like her too.
Yeah, she's great.
All right, Lisa Vanderpump is taking over a hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. The entrepreneur and reality TV star announcing she's partnering with Caesars Entertainment to overhaul the Cromwell.
And the Cromwell is a boutique hotel located in the center of the Strip, but by early next year, it'll be turned into the Vanderpump Hotel.
The property will remain open while the common areas and guest rooms are renovated with Vanderpump's signature style. This
Pink?
is her, I suppose so. This is her first foray into, what a word, into hotels.
Sounds like something Lisa would say.
Yes.
It expands her presence on the Strip, which includes several popular restaurants and lounges at other Caesars properties. Vanderpump and her husband, Ken Todd, have decades of experience in the restaurant business.
I tried to make a reservation one time at the Cocktail Garden, and
good luck.
Yeah, I couldn't get it. It looked like, like Bridgerton threw up, but prettier colors, like more cool,
vibrant.
Yeah, more cooler colors. So
yeah.
One of these days, or maybe this hotel.
Or maybe not. Yeah, good
or
luck.
Not,
I know.
That's fine. I'll save my money.
Rooms will be booked, I'm sure.
I know.
Like that.
We'll see. Yeah.
She does have a pretty cool style.
Yeah.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, Mabton City Council refusing to approve the hiring of a city treasurer, saying the candidate had no experience with city finances. But this morning, we're learning that the mayor hired the person anyway.
And the city's finance consultant going on to say that hiring inexperienced people is how the city got into financial troubles in the first place. With the update from Emily Goodell in your next half hour.
March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and Prosser Digestive Health Center offers the full spectrum of digestive health care. Services provided by board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Jack Brandenburg include colon cancer screenings, treatment for swallowing problems, inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and more. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Higher prices may be on the horizon, but right now you can lock in the best deals during the spring cleaning event at McCurley Mazda. This March, bring your trade, clean or dirty, and get an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase. Your old vehicle helps you save more today. Plus, get exclusive low-rate financing and special event savings on new and pre-owned vehicles. Outsmart the market and the potential of rising prices, and lock in your savings today at McCurley Mazda.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
Life's too short to put up with a bad bank. You have a life, places to go, people to see, and things to get done. You don't have time for banks or credit unions that don't care. You deserve better. At Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, we've served Central Washington and the Columbia Basin since 1905 with 10 branches, face-to-face service, and a 5-star app when you're on the go. So go have fun. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short to put up with anything less. Bank better with Yakima Federal.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else. Ironic. Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less. That's ironic. Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
I'm in pursuit. He's never gonna make it.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Go after it, Red Wing. I'll catch up.
Because we help protect your dreams.
Good to see everything's okay in here.
I like your shield.
I like yours too. Hold down the fort, little man.
Bye, Cap.
American Family Insurance and see Captain America: Brave New World.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Cash with Colbert. Jackpot's going up. You're trying to get to 20 days in a row of getting it right?
Yeah, so I kind of flubbed that math earlier. I've gotten it 10 days in a row. I want to get to 20 days in a row. But I think the ultimate would be like 40 days, 40 nights, right? Getting the jackpot up to $1,000.
Impressive.
I
mean, you can do it.
It's at 250 right now. I don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. So yesterday I went with the forecast high of 57 in Pasco Tri-Cities, and it verified at 56. So yes, the jackpot did go up to $250. So for today, forecast high 57 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 54 to 60, the jackpot's going to go up to $275. If that doesn't happen, all $250 could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that's on your screen. Right now, you're taking another live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal, and this camera has been shaking all morning long as these winds gusting out of the south and west. We've seen gusts upwards of 40, 45 miles per hour this morning in the foothills and in the basin. So we'll continue to track that throughout the rest of this morning. Although after 9 a.m., that's when the wind should be a little bit calmer, but not calm. We're also tracking some snow showers this morning in the Cascades. Looks like some are starting to generate in the Blue Mountains as well, and very light rain showers for lower elevations, but lower elevations will be mostly dry for today. Temperatures for lower terrain down into the 40s, but way down into the 20s and 30s for the higher terrain of the Cascades and Blues. You notice it's a little bit colder in the Cascades, so that's going to be irrelevant, and that's why we're expecting bigger impacts for Cascade passes as opposed to our Blue Mountain passes. Here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. Raincoat, windbreaker would be necessary for this morning. After that, well, maybe some more windbreaker stuff, but light jacket weather overall. This will be pretty mild, pretty dry again for lower elevations, but a ton of snow we're expecting up in the Cascades. I'll show you how that can maybe impact our snowpack, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 6:31 now, and the Pasco School District is changing high school boundary zones for the next school year. And with that change means that some students will be attending a different high school than the one they're at now. Now, for the 2025-2026 school year, students who currently attend Chiawana could end up having to go to Pasco High and then vice versa. However, this does not affect high school juniors going into their senior year. They will be able to stay at their current school. So this will only be affecting incoming freshmen, current freshmen, and sophomores. Now, the reason for this change is because of the opening of the new Sageview and Orion High School. Also, according to the principals of both Chiawana and Pasco, this change allows for the schools to offer some signature programs.
So we've got the automotive and law and justice program at Pasco High. Chiawana High School has the STEM and cybersecurity information technology program, and Sageview will have the agricultural science program, which we're grateful to have these signature programs at all three schools and that flexibility with Sageview opening. So we're appreciative to the community of supporting that school.
So if families want more information, the Pasco School District is having its annual course offering fair on Wednesday, March 19th. It'll be at Chiawana. And then Thursday, March 20th, it'll be at Pasco. Both nights, it's from 6 to 8. Also, Sageview High School will attend both nights as well.
In continuing coverage this morning, the Mapleton City Council previously refused to approve a contract with Sophia Martin for city treasurer because she had no experience with city finances. But the mayor hired her anyway, and the mayor's decision disregards a memo from the city's financial consultant warning that hiring inexperienced personnel is what got the city into its current financial mess. The council says the mayor is also violating city code, which says the mayor can pick the city treasurer, but the contract must be approved by council. Since they didn't, the mayor was supposed to pick someone else. Instead, she hired Martin on at $62,000 a year.
There's no reason to be paying somebody if they weren't hired legally or the right way. That's my own personal opinion as a taxpayer.
Now, the mayor was not present to answer questions about her decision since she called in sick to Tuesday night's meeting. But to see more on this story, head to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com, for that full report.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Today is March 13th, which means tomorrow is March 14th. That's Pie Day. And one local bakery in Kennewick is turning math into a delicious celebration. Our Dan Hansen has that story coming up in just a few minutes.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings on premium mattress sets.
Like $99 for each piece on any size mattress.
Or $5.99 for a king-size Sealy plush mattress.
Even a queen-size Sealy plush mattress for $3.99.
Beat the buzzer. With crazy prices like this, they won't last long.
Get here before Markdown Madness ends March 31st.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
To see if you qualify for Hanford worker compensation, please call Smart Law for a free consultation at 509-735-5555. Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses, including neurological, respiratory and heart conditions, cancers, and beryllium-related disorders. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Call Smart Law at 509-735-5555 for Hanford worker compensation. Smart Law, smart choice.
What's great about basketball? Almost everything.
What's not great about basketball? The term three-pointer.
Boring.
Instead, let's just call them triple plays.
Check it out. Hit it, Steve.
Roberts has it, fires. It's a triple play.
It actually works.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Complete coincidence that that's also the name of where we work.
Not engineered by marketing, no way.
Hi, I'm Stacy Lee, and I'm inviting you on a holidays vacation tour. Join me as we experience New England's fall foliage, October 2nd to the 10th. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors, before ending our vacation in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword Apple Valley, to request a brochure, watch a travel show, and book this tour.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
Good evening, everybody. To make great newscasts, you need great resources and an experienced team.
We begin tonight with breaking news coming up.
Wendy Redman has been a leader in broadcast news for 20 years plus.
Monique Ledesma is
Wendy breaks big stories, produces special reports that make a difference, and brings the news home to you each evening.
It's sometimes dramatic, but always informative.
Wendy Redman, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee, Apple Valley News Now at 5, 6, and 6:30 on your side.
Always on your side.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day because of the snow we'll see specifically up in the Cascades. We'll have more to say about that in a second. But first, your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer Village. So we have to start off at Schweitzer, where there's been 3 inches of new snow over the past 36 hours. The base depth right on the cusp of 70 inches. And we're seeing very similar metrics for Ski Bluewood. Now, no new snow over the past 36 hours, but the base depth also pretty close to 70 inches. And then for White Pass, these numbers have updated over the last hour. Now there's been, well, what White Pass Ski Resort is reporting, 7 inches of new snow over the past 36 hours. The base depth a little bit lower here, closer to 60 inches. Okay, let's talk about the seasonal snowfall deficits and surpluses that we're tracking for all of the main basins within our viewing area. And so these basins, the Upper Yakima and the Natchez basins, are in the Cascades. The Umatilla and the Walla Walla basins are in the Blues. So you can see the Cascades in a worse spot as opposed to the Blues, especially the Upper Yakima basin. But the good news is that the Cascades are going to reap most of the benefits from this storm system over the next 4 to 5 days. It's not just one storm system, but it's really a parade of storm systems. So the $1 million question is, how much Well, how much will the surplus improve by in the Natchez Basin, and can we make up some of this ground in the upper Yakima Basin? So I'll put actual tangible amounts to what we're going to see in the Cascades in terms of snowfall amounts over the next 48, 72, 84 hours. So all that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. It is 6:39 now, and Pi Day may be all about the number 3.14 and so on and so on and so on. But for many of us, it's a day to indulge in something a little sweeter. Our Dan Hansen visited a local bakery in Kennewick that's turning math into a delicious celebration.
Last year seemed to be a pretty big hit, so we definitely want to bring it back again this year.
March 14th, also known as Pi Day, celebrates the mathematical constant 3.14. But at Layered Cake Artistry, it's not about the numbers, it's about dessert.
We doubled everything that we made last year, so we need twice as many customers to buy those pies.
It all started when a customer who loved their Thanksgiving apple pie wanted more. But Galoony had no plans to make pie again until next holiday season.
He was like, I gotta wait a year to eat this pie, and I was like, well, pretty much. And he goes, well, because I said there's not really another holiday that has pie in between, maybe Christmas, but other than that, I couldn't really think of a pie-centric holiday. And he said, well, what about Pi Day?
That sparked an idea, and now Pi Day is a sweet tradition at Layered Cake. When Galoony asked me to help in the kitchen, I grabbed an apron and got to work.
We are going to make our banana cream pie, and I've already prepared the peanut butter crust. We make with Nutter Butters, so it's really good because I feel like bananas, peanut butter, classic combinations.
I sliced up bananas to layer on the crust, then mixed banana pudding for the next layer.
We're gonna smooth that around. Don't worry about it. This is your pie, you're going home with it.
A sweet cream topping and crumbles finish the pie. As for the fan favorite apple pie, Galoony and her mother say that's a family secret, and Galoony says she couldn't do this without the help of her mother.
Well, thank you. Hear it once, that's it. You're not hearing it again.
You're welcome. Aww.
Layered Cake will offer 6 different pies for Pi Day, plus pizza pies too. Doors open March 14th at 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. in downtown Kennewick. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Yummy treats for tomorrow. All right, 6:41, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We've got your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. Also giving you that live look outside this morning from our Legends Casino and Hotel Skycam in Richland overlooking the mighty Columbia. And you can see that camera shaking as the wind is blowing outside. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with your full first alert forecast and just how strong those winds are getting today.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business.
We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun!
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Awesome!
I like it. I love it.
Right now, get 6.49% APR for up to 72 months on a new 2025 Grand Highlander. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's on Friday. I'll be on the field. You're gonna be there?
Is that the football guy?
Can you give me a minute? Thanks.
So, do you have any plans on Saturday? I was thinking
Hey, is that the guy?
Dad.
Yeah, it's the guy.
Oh, I found Mr. Squishy.
Louder!
Here, there, everywhere. Reliable internet where you need it most. Prices start at $30 per month when bundled. Go to Spectrum.com to learn more.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan like Kicks, J.D. Power's most dependable small SUV, Sentra, a Consumer Reports top pick, and Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. All for under $30,000 at the Nissan Now sales event. Now get a low $229 per month lease on Sentra, or get up to $3,000 total savings on Rogue.
No one expects to get in a car wreck, but that's exactly what happened last summer. The drunk driver crossed over the center line, crashing into us and causing life-threatening injuries. It was difficult to focus on healing while facing overwhelming medical bills and lost wages. How will our bills get paid? When can I go back to work? So much was running through my head. Abeda Nelson's team did the work to make sure we didn't have to worry.
Abeda Nelson, we focus on you, you focus on healing.
Why buy a mattress from Mattress Depot USA?
Low prices.
Every day, we beat any competitor's price.
Selection?
All sizes and brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic.
Customer service.
Our sleep specialists average 10 years in the industry. Check out our reviews.
Comfort guarantee?
120 nights worth.
Same-day delivery.
Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Local?
Born here, live here.
Come see us today.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Kraken, Utah. Pregame is 6:30. Friday on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day, but not because of the winds, it's because of the snow. But I did want to touch on the wind gusts first, as they could peak around 45 miles per hour around 9 this morning. Then after that, the wind gusts should be calmer, albeit they're not going to be calm. Okay. We are tracking some snow showers up into the Cascades, also in the Blue Mountains, very light rain showers for lower elevations. I think lower elevations are going to be mostly dry for today, but we'll go ahead and time all this out with Futurecast. So snow showers, again, mostly up in the mountains for this morning, but by the mid-morning will be mostly dry. However, things start to ramp up in the mountains again around lunchtime. And mountain snow continues through the mid-afternoon and dinner time, but the blues will likely dry out during the late evening. Okay, so snow will continue to hound the Cascades overnight and through the early morning, but we'll get a bit of a lull in the action into the late morning and early afternoon, and the lull comes to an end by the mid-afternoon with another wave of precip from the south and west, and that'll be our problem as we head into Saturday with more tough pass travel slated. So all that being said, here's some of the snowfall totals we're thinking over the next 48 hours. Upwards of maybe multiple feet of snow possible for a Cascade passes, 1 to 5 inches of snow possible for a Blue Mountain passes. So obviously the bigger impact's going to be up in the Cascades. That just takes us through Friday. We have a whole other day to go for Saturday, and then a whole other storm system to go for Sunday and Monday, much drier after that. But let's parse out all 3 of these days, starting off with Saturday, as just on the day and the night of Saturday alone, we could get upwards of a foot of additional snow in the Cascades, 2 to 5 inches of additional snow for Blue Mountain passes. And then for Sunday and Monday, maybe more feet of snow for our Cascade passes, maybe another 2 to 4 inches of snow for our Blue Mountain passes. So bank on this. Very dangerous, tough travel up in the Cascades over the next 4 to 5 days through the wee hours of the morning on Tuesday. We could have multiple feet of snow. Let's take it back down to lower elevations. Too warm to see any snowfall, at least for the Yakima Valley, for the basin, and for the foothills. High temperature is going to stay around seasonal. Pretty steady and pretty seasonal over the next 7 days. All right, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Windy this morning, but mostly dry today and tomorrow. Then thunderstorms possible again on Saturday. In Yakima, blustery today. Small rain chances today and tomorrow. Then looking wetter this weekend. In Ellensburg, small rain chances today and Friday, but wetter this weekend with some thunder possible on Saturday. In Hermiston, windy this morning, but mostly dry today and tomorrow. Then we see the action ramp up again this weekend. Then in Walla Walla, mostly dry today and tomorrow. Then rain and thunderstorms likely Saturday through Monday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new developments in the search for missing spring breaker Sodiksha Konanki. Officials say Konanki was last seen on this surveillance video leaving her spring break resort and heading to the beach with 24-year-old Joshua Reby. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office saying the Iowa resident is not a suspect. Laurel Shriver is a longtime neighbor of Joshua Reby and has known him since he was 8 years old.
He was a super nice kid. Josh was just so polite.
Konanki's family telling ABC News Rebbie met them at the beach to show them what he believed happened the morning of her disappearance. He was able to recount that the two got into the water and were hit by a large wave. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest live from the Dominican Republic. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, Punta Cana.
On average, we spend 93% of our lives indoors. So chances are, if you spend just one morning like this, they'll never forget it. Life happens out there.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Now Taxes is having a TurboTax expert who does your taxes from start to finish. While you check in anytime and get the most money back on your time. Now this is Taxes.
Still congested?
Nope.
Uh-oh. Mucinex 2-in-1 Saline Nasal Spray.
Spray goodbye.
Mucinex 2-in-1 Saline Nasal Spray. With a gentle mist and innovative power jet, spray goodbye to congestion. It's comeback season.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
Morning Sprint. We're going to start off with your national headlines. Congress is edging closer to a potential government shutdown tomorrow. A continuing resolution that House Republicans passed earlier this week now needs Democratic support to clear the Senate. But Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer announcing they would not pass it and called to instead pass a 30-day government funding stopgap plan. It would fund the government for about another month to allow time for bipartisan negotiations. However, Republicans are refusing to support that plan.
New Canadian retaliatory tariffs on American products took effect overnight, impacting everything from steel and aluminum to computers and sporting goods. Now, this all comes after President Trump imposed 25% tariffs on aluminum and steel just yesterday. Also, European Union vowing to raise tariffs on American beef, bourbon, and motorcycles next month. Now, just this morning, in response to that, President Trump threatening to impose a 200% tariff on alcoholic beverages from Europe if it doesn't rescind its 50% tariff that it imposed on U.S. whiskey.
And there's finally a crack in the egg market as the price of eggs fell by 15% in the first week of March. Prices are expected to spike again as Easter and Passover will bring a renewed demand for eggs. The USDA said a lighter demand leading up to those holidays could give egg producers time to rebuild some of their stock. But while supply might stabilize, prices may still increase. And Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has been ordered to clarify the terms of the policy that bans transgender people from military service. In a court hearing yesterday, a federal judge demanded that Hegseth explain a social media post that he made about the ban, the judge asking why the policy fails to define gender dysphoria, also saying it could violate the Equal Protection Clause. That's if it bans all transgender people from serving in the military. Hegseth has until Monday to explain his post, and the judge plans to issue an opinion by the middle of next week.
6:52, talking sports this morning. The Seattle Kraken beat the Montreal Canadiens 5-4 last night with Brandon Montour making NHL history. Prospect Joni Nyman in his NHL debut scoring to pull the boys within one in the third. Then Matty Bernies tying the game, 2:12 left into the game. It goes into overtime, and that's when Montour scored just 4 seconds into overtime. NHL immediately confirming it was the fastest overtime goal and tied for the fastest goal to start any period in NHL history. Up next for the Kraken, they host the Utah Hockey Club tomorrow. 6:52 in the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. What started out as a routine training for Franklin County volunteer firefighters actually turned into a real-life scenario. These volunteer firefighters responded to a house fire last night on Russell Road. Take a look, video from the scene. Firefighters were putting that fire out when the homeowner showed up and told them they could let it burn. So the chief told them to start the fire back up and used it for training purposes. The home was abandoned. No one was hurt. The cause, though, of that fire is still under investigation this morning.
And we told you yesterday about the fight that broke out at Monday's hockey game between the Tri-City Americans and the Seattle Thunderbirds between two players, which sent one of them to the hospital. The AMS released an update saying as of yesterday, Terrell Goldsmith is still in the hospital under observation, but he's in good spirits. Now, we want to note that in the WHL, referees typically allow fights to go on until someone is clearly struggling to defend themselves or if both players fall to the ice. Goldsmith was knocked to the ice and was taken away to the hospital, and the game was postponed, but we'll update you once we know more.
The Umatilla County Health Department has confirmed an outbreak of whooping cough. Officials say 21 cases have been reported. Not all 21, though, have been confirmed. Whooping cough spreads through airborne droplets when an infected person coughs or sneezes. The most at risk include infants under 1 year old, pregnant women, and people with chronic respiratory illnesses.
And if you're a high school sophomore and you're interested in being the voice for over 1 million students across Washington, listen to this. The State Board of Education is looking for a representative to be on the board for 2 years. You would attend meetings once every 2 months, get to meet with lawmakers, and also testify at committee and hearings about the impacts of policies on students. You'd be paid a stipend of up to $100 per day for the meetings. Also, you would be reimbursed for travel and you would get a full vote. Applications are available on the Association of Washington Student Leaders website, and the deadline is March 28th.
All right, March's full moon is called the Worm Moon, and it's extra special because it'll also be a total lunar eclipse, the first in nearly 3 years to be visible across the U.S., and it is tomorrow. The moon will look like a striking red color. Total eclipse happens when the moon is full and aligns perfectly with the Earth and the sun. Now, unlike a total solar eclipse, you don't need special glasses to wear this, but I think for us here in our time zone, we'll start to be able to see this about 10 or 10:30 tonight.
Ooh,
and go into
exciting.
Tomorrow morning.
Are you going to check it out?
Heck yeah. My kids love this kind of stuff.
I love this kind of stuff too. Well, trending this morning, it appears that Vanna White has a lot of time on her hands.
Okay, during an appearance on the Elvis Duran show, the legendary Letter Turner of Wheel of Fortune says she works just about 34 days a year.
It's very
so
precise. Well, how is that possible? Well, it's because the game show typically shoots 6 episodes per day.
Oh, those are long days.
So she joked that it's tough to make a half dozen wardrobe changes each time she's on the set. I can't even imagine.
Pat Sajak left Wheel of Fortune last June after hosting the show for 41 years. He and Vanna had been a team since 1982.
Oh my gosh, 34 days. I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I would have another job.
With the rest, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure she can find plenty to do.
Yeah.
DoorDashes, I'm sure.
DoorDash. Some Uber, some Uber
She
Eats.
presents,
Yeah, there we go.
she presents the food to you like this.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny.
Are you going to present the weather to us like that?
Well, that's a little patronizing, even though I just patronized Vanna White. Yeah. Okay, speaking of the weather, we have a lot of weather to talk about. Let's go ahead and get right into it. First of all, this camera has been shaking all morning in Kennewick, this view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal, and we've been seeing some very blustery winds, kind of that typical northwest to southwest swoop across our region. So gusting out of the north and west for the Cascades and Kittitas Valley, but out of the south and west for the basin, for the foothills, and for the Blue Mountains. And we're also tracking some snow showers up in the Cascades and in the Blue Mountains, some light rain showers for lower elevations, maybe a few flurries mixing in the Kittitas Valley. I'm not expecting much in the way of accumulations there at all. Temperatures down into the 20s and 30s at pass level, so that bears a lot of relevance, but for lower elevations, including in Ellensburg, it's just much too warm for any snowfall, or at least for any snowfall to stick in any substantial way. So for today, 40s and 50s for lower elevations, a mostly dry day. It's not going to be the case up in the mountains. Speaking of the mountains, through 4 in the morning on Tuesday, we could have multiple feet of snow for our major Cascade passes. Take it slow, take it safe.
Yeah, it's coming down as we speak.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll of course be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5.
Have a great day.